If you're a Virgo, don't skip this. April 14th, 2025 isn't just important, it's prophetic. Ancient astrologers, Buddhist monks, even Nostradamus pointed to this date. Why? Because for you, it could be the beginning of a 20-year abundance cycle. And the numbers? They're hidden in plain sight. Sounds wild? Maybe. But listen closely. Virgo, you're not the type to believe in fluff. You're practical, analytical, grounded in reality. But deep down, there's a part of you that knows there's more to life than just logic. There's timing, there's energy, there's something unseen working behind the scenes. This message is for asterisk, that asterisk part of you, the side that senses things others miss. The part that works hard in silence, gives endlessly to others, and yet quietly wonders, when is it my turn? Well, this is it. April 14th marks the moment when the stars, the numbers, and ancient wisdom finally converge to say, Virgo, now's your time, and trust me, you'll want to know the 6 numbers the universe has chosen for you. Let's be honest, Virgo, your greatest gift is also your greatest trap. You see everything, every flaw, every detail, every possible outcome. It's why people rely on you, but it's also why you often feel stuck, paralyzed by the need to get it just right. You overthink, you replay conversations, you worry about outcomes that haven't even happened, and somewhere along the way, you start believing that if you're not perfect, you don't deserve abundance, that if you don't have all the answers, you shouldn't take the next step. But let me tell you something that might change everything. The universe doesn't reward perfection, it rewards alignment, and sometimes alignment starts with listening, quietly, from within. That's why the number 7 is appearing for you now, not just as a digit, but as a divine reminder. In both Buddhism and ancient astrology, the number 7 symbolizes spiritual awakening. It's the number of intuition. It's the 7 steps the Buddha took after birth, the 7 chakras, the 7 days of creation. It's sacred. For Virgo, who's used to relying on logic and planning, the number 7 is an invitation. It whispers, come back to yourself. So how do you do that? You pause, you breathe, you shut off the noise. Instead of writing another to-do list, you write what your heart is trying to say. You sit with a cup of tea and just feel. You let your intuition speak, not shout, not explain, just gently guide. And here's the magic. When you do that, strange things begin to happen. You meet someone unexpectedly who opens a new door. You receive a call about a job or opportunity you never applied for. You suddenly feel clear about a decision that's haunted you for weeks. That's not a coincidence. That's alignment. The number 7 is your reminder that not all paths are visible. Some are only revealed when you close your eyes and trust the way forward. So Virgo, let this be your first step. Don't search harder, listen deeper. Your intuition already knows the way. All you have to do is believe it. And when you do, that jackpot you've been chasing, it starts chasing you. Let me share an example. There's a Virgo named Claire, an accountant from New Jersey. For years, she followed the rules, tracked every dollar, and never made a move unless it was backed by data. But one day, she felt this quiet nudge, an urge to sign up for a creative writing retreat. Totally out of character, right? She resisted it for weeks. It didn't make sense. It wasn't productive. But eventually, she gave in. And at that retreat, she met the woman who would later become her business partner. Together, they launched a mindfulness startup that now serves thousands and brings in more abundance than she ever imagined. Claire didn't plan that. She followed the number 7, intuition, surrender, alignment. So here's your permission. You don't have to figure it all out. You don't need a spreadsheet for your soul. You just need space, stillness, and the willingness to trust that the universe has a plan bigger than yours. Write it on a sticky note if you have to. My intuition is sacred. Put it on your mirror, on your desk. Say it out loud, because when you honor it, everything begins to shift. Let's talk about something Virgo doesn't always like to admit. You're fiercely independent. You take pride in doing things yourself, in figuring it all out without asking for help. And while that makes you reliable, resourceful, and respected, it can also be your biggest block when it comes to abundance. That's where the number 2 steps in. This number isn't about going it alone. It's about connection. It's about support. It's about learning how to lean in without feeling weak. In numerology, 2 is the number of partnership, harmony, and mutual growth. For Virgo, this might feel uncomfortable at first. You like control. You trust yourself more than others. But guess what? The biggest blessings rarely come through solo efforts. They come through well-timed conversations, shared visions, and soul-aligned collaboration. Maybe you've been nurturing an idea, a business, a project, a shift in your career, but it's just been sitting there because you don't want to bring anyone else in. Or maybe you're stuck in a toxic relationship, holding on out of duty or fear instead of freeing yourself to make space for something more aligned. The number 2 is telling you, clearly and lovingly, it's time to open your heart. Find your people. Let someone help you. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. Start by reaching out. A message, a call, a coffee chat. You never know where that connection could lead. Behind every major breakthrough, there's almost always a partner, a supporter, a believer. Even the most successful leaders in history had advisors and allies. Don't rob yourself of that. Virgo, when you allow true connection, you step into a frequency where abundance doesn't have to be earned through exhaustion. It flows through resonance. And that brings us to the number 9. Oh, Virgo, this one's going to challenge you, because number 9 is all about endings. And if there's one thing you resist, it's letting go. You hold on to things long after they've expired. A job that no longer inspires you, a habit that keeps you small, a story about who you are that stopped being true a long time ago. Number 9 is the final digit in numerology. It signals completion, but not as a punishment, as a portal, a necessary release before something greater can begin. Think of it like this. You can't carry new treasures if your hands are full of what no longer serves you. Letting go isn't about losing. It's about trusting that what's ahead is more aligned than what's behind. There's a woman named Tasha, also a Virgo, who clung to a publishing job for years, even though it had become toxic and soul-numbing. She told herself she was lucky to have it, that it was stable, predictable. But inside, she was dying a little every day. One night, she had enough. She quit. No backup plan, just faith. Within a month, she was offered a freelance role that paid more, respected her time, and gave her space to breathe again. That's the power of the number 9. It's the leap that leads to liberation. Virgo, this is your invitation. Let it go. Whatever it is, you already know. Trust that ending. Make space for what's next. Because the next chapter, it's written in gold. Take the story of Daniel, a Virgo software developer from Seattle. For years, he stayed in his lane, building apps alone, refusing to share his ideas. He didn't trust people to care as much as he did. But after a chance conversation with a designer at a networking event, something shifted. They started collaborating, and within a year they launched a wellness app that exploded in popularity. The success wasn't in the code, it was in the connection. Daniel finally let someone in, and the universe responded. So here's your invitation, Virgo. Stop trying to be the lone warrior. Stop thinking you have to earn your worth through exhaustion. Abundance doesn't arrive when you've done everything alone. It shows up when you're in sync with others, with your purpose, with your highest self. Write down 3 names of people you've felt drawn to lately. Reach out, collaborate, share. Let their energy fuel yours. And let's not forget number 9, because while connection opens the door, letting go is what allows you to. Imagine this. You've been carrying emotional baggage for years. Relationships that drained you, jobs that made you feel small, habits that once served you but now only keep you stuck. The number 9 says, it's time to let them go. And letting go doesn't mean loss. It means freedom. It means lightness. It means creating space for miracles. Let's pause for a second and talk about something Virgo often overlooks: Joy. Yes, joy. Not productivity, not achievement. Pure, simple joy. The kind that doesn't need to be earned. That's where the number 6 comes in. It's the number of harmony, creativity, and home. And for someone like you, who thrives on getting things right, it can feel uncomfortable to slow down and just be. But here's the truth. Abundance doesn't always come from effort. Sometimes it flows through presence, through the way you sigh. Number 6 reminds you that you don't have to grind your way to wealth. Sometimes wealth blooms in soft soil, in calm mornings and slow evenings. It grows when your nervous system isn't in survival mode. And now we move into the energy of the number 11. This isn't just another number, it's a master number. The number of spiritual insight, of vision, of calling. Virgo, if number 6 calls you to slow down and reconnect with joy, number 11 calls you to rise up and align with your higher purpose. This is the number of quantum leaps, the kind of transformation that doesn't happen gradually, but all at once, like a switch flipping inside you. You've been dreaming of a different life, a better one, and deep D. Take Jasmine, a Virgo who spent most of her 20s trying to meet everyone's expectations. She climbed the corporate ladder, checked all the boxes, and felt emptier with each promotion. But one night, she wrote down a vision. What she really wanted. Not what looked good on paper, what felt true. She wanted to teach, to create, to serve. Within a year, she left her job and launched a wellness platform that now empowers thousands of women. That was her number 11 moment. It wasn't logical, it was aligned. She stopped chasing safety and chose alignment, and the universe rose to meet her. That's what number 11 offers, the chance to go beyond what's predictable and step into something divine. So here's your invitation, Virgo. Write your vision, speak it aloud. Take one small step today. It could be signing up for that class, starting that side project, or finally asking for what you deserve. Just one move. That's all it takes to activate the magic. Number 11 doesn't wait, and neither should you. So, Virgo, this is your moment to activate both energies. Let number 6 bring you home to your heart, and let number 11 launch you toward your highest calling. Start by creating space for stillness. Then write down your biggest vision. No filters, no edits. Let it pour out. And once it's on paper, take one small action that aligns with it. Just one. Because the universe doesn't need you to be ready, it just needs you to be willing. Willing to say yes, willing to trust, willing to rise. And when you do, let this be your reminder that small steps taken with clear intention create massive ripple effects. You don't need to wait for the perfect time. You don't need to fix everything first. You just need to begin. Virgo, the universe sees your effort, your heart, your desire to make things better. But now it's asking you to go beyond fixing and into fulfilling, to live not just a good life, but a true one. Start today. Pick one moment to enjoy without guilt. Pick one dream to believe in again. Pick one acti. And if you ever feel lost along the way, just remember this. Your heart already knows the way home. Your vision already exists in the quantum field. Your joy is not a distraction, it's a compass. Let number 6 remind you to cherish the small, sacred things. Let number 11 remind you to never shrink your light. The world needs what only you can bring. And the path toward your highest abundance starts not with a giant leap, but with one honest breath, one decision to trust, one step toward alignment. That's W. So here's to you, Virgo. Here's to the joy, the vision, the wealth, and the truth that's already within you. All you have to do is say yes. Your journey isn't about proving your worth. It's about remembering it. You were never meant to fit inside the box of perfection. You were meant to grow beyond it. So light that candle. Say that affirmation. Reach out to that mentor. Revisit that dream you tucked away years ago. And guess what? The numbers have always been guiding you. Number 6 says feel it. Number 11 says live it. And let's talk about something most people underestimate. Your voice. Virgo, you may be known for your precision, your analytical mind, your calm presence. But behind that thoughtful exterior is a fire, a message, a frequency that the world needs to hear. That's where the energy of number 3 enters your life. Number 3 is the number of expression, creativity, and communication. It's about sharing your truth, not to impress, but to connect. And for you, Virgo, it's about finally trusting that what you have to say, Let me tell you about Marcus, a Virgo who worked behind the scenes in a marketing firm. He was the silent genius, the guy who made campaigns work but never took credit. Until one day, a friend encouraged him to start sharing his thoughts on social media. At first, he hesitated, but he started small, posting one idea a week. Within months, his voice began resonating. Clients reached out, podcasts invited him, and for the first time he realized his words had power. That's the magic of number 3. When you, and let's not forget the stars. Because on April 14th, 2025, something rare is happening in the sky, and it's happening for you, Virgo. Mercury, your ruling planet, will be in a perfect trine with the moon and Jupiter. That's a cosmic green light. Remember, Virgo, the universe speaks in many languages: energy, signs, numbers, and yes, astrology. But on April 14th, it's speaking. Let today be the day you stop editing your truth. The day you realize that your thoughts, your stories, and your voice were given to you for a reason. The universe did not assign you silence. It gave you number 3, to speak, to inspire, to lead. And with the planets aligning in your favor, this is more than timing. It's destiny. One sentence could open a door. One message could change a life. One story could turn into a movement. So write it, speak it, share it. You're not just being called to rise, the truth is, Virgo, you've always had the wisdom. Now you have the moment. When number 3 and the stars align, don't hesitate. Don't wait for permission. You already have it. Speak with heart, act with courage. Trust that what you express will find exactly who needs it. And know this, on April 14th, you're not alone. The entire universe is leaning in, listening, waiting for you to step into your voice and your power. That's what this portal is about. That's what this day is for. So here's your next step. Light a candle, take a breath, and speak something out loud that you've been holding in. It could be an idea, a dream, a fear, or a hope. Let your words carry your energy. Let your energy become your vibration. Let your vibration attract everything that's meant for you. And when the stars rise on April 14th, you'll feel it. A wave of energy moving through your chest, your throat, your vision. That's number 3. That's Mercury. That's the divine power of your expression. Don't underestimate what your voice can do, Virgo. It's not just about speaking. It's about activating reality. You're not casting spells. You're casting clarity. So say the thing. Declare your dream. Let April 14th be your line in the sand. Before this day, you whispered. After this day, you speak like someone who knows they are supported by the stars. Because you are. And when you finally hear your own voice ringing clear and proud into the world, something inside you will shift forever. That's alignment. That's purpose. That's the power of number 3 meeting the movement of the stars. You were made for this, Virgo, not to hide in the background, but to speak, to guide, and to lead. The stage is set. The cosmos is ready. Now it's your turn to rise. Let's slow down for a moment. Virgo, I know your mind moves fast, constantly solving, analyzing, organizing. But right now, the universe is asking something very different from you. It's asking you to pause, to listen, to simply be. In Buddhist philosophy, this is called stillness. It's not laziness, it's presence. It's the sacred space where insight arises, where the noise of the world fades, and your inner wisdom becomes louder. You don't have to meditate on a mountain. Just take 5 minutes a day to sit quietly, breathe deeply, and notice what's going on inside you. That's where clarity is born, not from another spreadsheet, but from silence. When you embrace stillness, you're telling the universe, I trust you. I trust myself. I'm ready to receive. And this shifts everything, because the universe doesn't operate on hustle, it moves on alignment. Now let's talk about your relationship with money. For many Virgos, money feels like a measuring stick. Did I do enough? Did I save enough? Am I secure yet? But the truth is, money is not just numbers. It's energy. It responds to belief, flow, and trust. If you're constantly stressed about money, your energy closes off. You operate from fear, not faith. But when you believe that your value is inherent and your worth isn't tied to productivity, everything changes. Try this. Write a love letter to money. Seriously. Thank it for what it's taught you. Apologize for the times you ignored it. Make peace. Then write down what kind of relationship you want to build. Because money, like any relationship, thrives on respect, clarity, and intention. You're not just here to earn, you're here to expand. Let Buddhist wisdom teach you to release control and let abundance flow in, not just to your bank account, but to your mind, body, and spirit. Some ancient Buddhist scrolls even foretold a spiritual awakening for Virgo during this exact time. And if you believe in prophecies, Nostradamus himself marked this period as a turning point for your sign. Let me tell you about Jordan, a Virgo who used to obsessively track every dollar. Budgeting wasn't just a tool, it became a prison. He wouldn't buy coffee unless it fit into his spreadsheet. But then, he began incorporating Buddhist money mantras into his daily routine. He wrote things like, "I am worthy of receiving and money flows easily to me." Slowly, his energy changed. He loosened his grip. And guess what? New opportunities started to appear, not because he worked more, but because he trusted more. Now, here's the mindset shift. Money isn't the reward for suffering. It's the reward for alignment. It comes when your values, your energy, and your actions are working together. That doesn't mean you won't work hard, but it does mean you stop equating your busyness with your worth. Let money be a partner, not a boss. Let it work with you, not control you. Practice gratitude for what you have while staying open to more. That's not contradiction, that's balance. And Virgo, you're the sign of balance. Now that we've explored your inner world, your energy, and your alignment, it's time to talk about action. Because Virgo, insight without action is just a daydream, and you, of all signs, were born to take practical steps. So let's turn all this cosmic wisdom into something real. Start with this. Choose one goal you've been circling around. Maybe it's launching a side business. Maybe it's starting a wellness routine. Maybe it's finally investing in something that excites you. Write it down, name it, bring it out of your head and into the world. The universe is already working on your behalf, but it needs your signal. A step, a move, something that says, "I'm ready." You don't need to overhaul your life overnight, just one aligned action a day. That's it. One email, one journal entry, one honest conversation, one act of courage. And here's why it matters. Because aligned action builds momentum. It tells the universe that you're serious. And when you get serious, so does the universe. And if you're still doubting whether this matters, let me tell you about Lily. She's a Virgo like you. For years, she played it safe. She worked in operations, followed all the rules, and kept her dreams tucked away in the maybe someday drawer. But after watching a video like this one, she made a choice. She wrote down one goal: to start a coaching brand rooted in mindfulness. Every morning she visualized it. Every evening she took one aligned step. Some days it was big, a pitch, a post, a phone call. Other days it was quiet, reading, praying, journaling. But she stayed consistent. And 6 months later, Lily's brand went live. A year later, she was invited to speak at an international wellness summit. That's what happens when vision meets action, not overnight, but inevitably. And it all started with a decision to stop waiting and start doing. So Virgo, don't just think about your dream. Don't just talk about it. Don't just visualize it. Move toward it. because the bridge between where you are and where you want to be isn't built from thoughts alone. It's built from action, small, sacred, steady action. And today is the perfect day to begin. Lily didn't wait for the fear to disappear. She just moved with it. She gave herself permission to try, to stumble, and to rise. Within 6 months, she had her first paying client. Within a year, she had built a 6-figure brand. That's what one clear decision can do. So Virgo, here's your blueprint. Step 1, define what you want. Step 2, write it down with clarity. Step 3, take one small, inspired action every day, even if it's messy, especially if it's messy, because action isn't about control. And don't forget, track your progress. Not just the numbers, but how you feel. Did you feel alive today? Did you do one thing that made you proud? That's the real currency. The truth is, success isn't a lightning strike. It's a pattern. It's the outcome of small, courageous choices made again and again. You don't need to overhaul your life. You just need to start where you are. So take the leap, quietly, boldly, however you choose. The universe will meet you halfway, just like it met Lily. Let's look beyond April 14th for a moment. What happens next? What's your vision not just for this week, but for the rest of this year, the next 5 years, the next chapter of your life? Virgo, you've been working so hard to get everything in order. What do you want to feel when you wake up? Peace, excitement, freedom, a line? You've just been given a map through numbers, through the stars, through stories, and you've walked the path. But now we arrive at the edge of the cliff, your turning point, the moment where everything you've learned either becomes another inspiring thought, or it becomes action, transformation, a new reality. This is the climax, the decision point. Are you going to apply this or just admire it? Virgo, you already know the answer, because you didn't find this video by accident. Something bigger led you. So here's your call to action. Don't let this just be a beautiful video you watch and forget. Let it be your activation point. Comment below with your 6 lucky numbers. Light a candle, write a vision, share this message with a fellow Virgo or someone you love. Say yes to the path. Say yes to the next version of yourself. And if this video has sparked something in you, something true, something real, don't let it fade. Rewatch it, reflect on it, and take one step today. The universe is listening. It's already. So yes, this video is powerful, but not because of the script, because of you, because of what you choose to do with it. You are meant to bring order to chaos, to create beauty from truth, to guide others through clarity and calm. You're not just walking into your destiny, you're creating it with every choice, every breath, every brave actie. So if your heart is racing right now, if you feel that tingle in your chest, that whisper that says this message is for you, it is. Take it seriously. Don't brush it off. Write your 6 numbers. Save this video. Come back to it when you feel doubt creeping in, because this isn't a one-time message. It's a guide, a companion, a mirror for the most awakened, abundant version of you. This version already exists. The numbers didn't just find you, you called them in. So trust the timing, trust yourself, and step